Sam was an awesome son. He was a great mate for both me and for Neil. He was a lot of fun. He always had something going on. We were busy as a family, loved spending time with him. As he got older, he just turned into a great friend and a son.
I enjoyed spending time with him. He enjoyed spending time with us, which made it all the more enjoyable. Every day I got to go out and watch him play some sort of sport, or we'd just sit around the table, just him and his mates, just having a good time.
Sam was, to us, just everything that possibly you would want in a son.
He was kind to people. He'd do things for people. He would stick up for his mates. He'd do anything for one of his friends. He'd give you the shirt off his back.
I met Sam when I was about 5 in primary school, and that's where our friendship sort of started.
He was into soccer back then, but he was we ended up getting him into our footy team as well, and that's how we first started. Really becoming close friends was through school and football.
What happened? We were all just there having a good time, and a group of gate crashers came.
Then things escalated very quickly, and it moved out to the front, where things were just getting absolutely out of control.
But I walked out and there was a punch on in the middle of the street, and all of a sudden Sam was just on the ground, and that was it.
17-year-old Sam Davis was punched as he tried to stop a fight at a party on Saturday night.
Just hours after the Panthers' victory, the 17-year-old attended a party at Brighton, where he was beaten after stepping in to break up a fight. Sam was rushed to the Flinders Medical Centre with head injuries, but passed away overnight.
The ambulance came and all that kind of stuff, and they said he was alive and that, and so we've gone home back to mates' places or anything, or stuff like that, and just got a call in the morning saying that he wasn't going to wake up and that was, yeah.
First 24 hours it hadn't really sunk in yet, so obviously it was still a very tough time, but after that first 24 hours and we knew the outcome of that night, that week after that was probably the hardest week of my life so far.
I remember calling Nat at the hospital the next morning, and I still thought nothing was going to be different, but actually hearing her say that, it still didn't really sink in until we actually saw Sam in hospital.
When I got the phone call that he'd been knocked out, I didn't really think too much of it. I just said I'll come down and pick him up straight away. Sam had been knocked out playing football before, so I thought I'd just go down, pick him up. I didn't even wake Natalie up. I thought I'd just go down, pick him up, bring him home, and I'd go out and watch him play footy again the next week. That night when they told me that they were going to turn off the machines, and it was just the machines keeping him alive, I didn't believe it, or I didn't want to believe it. I remember being in the hospital and saying to Natalie, this doesn't happen to us, this happens to other people. And then I found out that night that anyone could be the other people.
I think this is the hardest thing that we've ever had to do, and I hope it's the hardest thing in the world that we'll ever have to do again.
Sam lived and died for his mates. He was never lonely. He was loyal to a degree that you would rarely see.
Who knows what might have been, Sam? You were in your best place in life. Forever could have been anything to everybody, but you'll forever be everything to us. Safe journey, our soulmate. No regrets. When we lost Sam, we knew that what happened to Sam was just something out of the box. It was something crazy. It was just something that should never have happened, and we didn't want it to ever happen to another family. We felt that the message had to get out there that one moment in time, one decision can just affect so many lives and change so many people forever.
It also keeps Sam's name alive, and just through his spirit, like his good intentions as well, or his good personality, his friendship, his mateship, and it keeps it going for us.
Listening to Nat and Neil's story, it was just a really big impact, and you don't realise how one hit could just kill someone's life and just the impact it can have on others. Yeah, I didn't really think of it before hearing the story, but it was kind of just eye-opening, just realising how 2 centimetres off or something like that, it could just kill someone just so quickly.
I think it's really important to hear Sam's story because it shows what can happen at parties, even if you think you're okay with your friends. You've got to always be aware of what other people are doing. It's not always just about yourself.
Every weekend there's some sort of party with some sort of conflict, I guess, and yeah, just for people to have the awareness to get themselves out of the situation as quickly as they can is very important.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even realise how your friends act, and I think it's just good for everyone to listen to that and just be aware of what can happen at parties and in just anywhere really.
What we hope to achieve is to stop young people going down a path of antisocial behaviour, going down a path where they make the wrong choice and it changes their life and ruins their future. We need a lot more volunteers helping us to spread the word and perform the job that we're doing in the community. We need opportunities to speak. We need people to contact us to allow us to come into their schools, into their community organisations and their sporting clubs to get the message out there. And we obviously can't do it without the help of the community. We desperately need donations. We desperately need corporate support in order to keep the message going.
The Sammy D Foundation needs your help to ensure this doesn't happen to any other family.